public safety meeting for November 3rd. First item on the agenda will be minutes from the previous meeting.
I move we approve the minutes of the meeting from October 20th as presented.
Second. A motion and second to approve the minutes from October 20th. Hearing none, that motion will pass.
And I have added an additional payroll claim register for the volunteer firefighters. So make sure you go off of the single sheet agenda.
All right. Does anybody else have any questions or comments pertaining to tonight's agenda? We'll move on to payments and vouchers. First one will be payroll claim register for the pay period of October 6th through October 19th, the amount of $42,557.01. Second will be October elected pay in the amount of $4,007.99. Third one will be vouchers for the period of October 18th to October 31st in the amount of $153,119.97. And the last one will be annual volunteer firefighter pay in the amount of $48,282.74.
All right, I move we approve the payments and vouchers, the payroll claim register for pay period 10/6 to 10/19, the amount of $42,557.01. The October elected pay in the amount of $4,567.99. Vouchers for the period 10/18 to 10/31 in the amount of $153,119.97, and the annual volunteer firefighter pay in the amount of $48,082.74.
Second.
A motion and second to approve payments and vouchers as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Next will be adjustment requests. One, 2025-43 for 131 South Park Lane, leaky spigot, credit wastewater $149.79.
I move that we approve the wastewater credit for the amount of $149.79 as presented for the address of 131 South Park Lane.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the adjustment request as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Hearing none, that motion will pass. Move into the department report. We'll start off with Andrew.
I have nothing for Board of Works.
Matt.
I'm a little backwards here on some things here, but I did ask that the Board of Works last meeting look over some proposal for pole mounted speed signs. Has everybody had a chance to look that over by chance? One of the gentlemen in the audience brought up, I think I want to say in the spring, one of the meetings asked about these. And they're basically just mounted on a pole, solar powered, flashing, like warning yellow lights, okay? I reached out to 3 different companies, after I got some information from Auburn. And out of the 3 companies, only 2 reached back out to me. And one of those, I asked them, they quoted me for an 18-inch sign, and I said, I'm looking at the 12, 13 area. And he said, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, I'll resend you the quote. And he sent me the quote again. It was exactly the same amount as the 18 inches. So that's so much effort that they put into it. This third company that I've actually proposed that we look into, comes down to 65 or 66, 664, and change. Now, I found that $6,000 credit that we wouldn't be using this year otherwise, that I think can be applied to this to help offset that cost. The only thing that we left for the city basically to do would be the street department that I mentioned before. They'd be the ones that take care of them, install them and stuff like that. We would have to look for, a quotes amount on basically, the signpost in order to put them on, because I don't think there's anything viable in these areas that would face, should be high enough and face properly in these areas. Now, they can be moved too. I've talked to the rep and they've been actually phenomenal. Reached out to them. They can be moved if we're to decide a year or two from now, hey, we don't want to put it in this area, maybe we're having more of a problem in this area. They can be moved to a location other than what they're installed at. So, any other questions?
So then we just need to have extra funding for
The only extra funding would
galvanized
be-
steel pole.
Yeah, the only extra funding would come from the $664, and I may have something that may even cover that much. So the only funding really the street department would be looking at would be for the pole itself, the 2 poles.
Did we consider the portable ones?
When it comes to like, you mean like the one we already got? No, those are significantly more expensive. Approximately 15 to 20,000 per trailer.
Okay.
And the areas that, like I said, we get so many complaints from certain areas in town, people driving, the behavior, stuff like that. I think it'd be a good project to invest in, I really do. And it just so happens that it's gonna work out this year as far as funding is concerned.
What are the biggest problem areas that we get complaints on?
Right now, the most complained about area I have is Liberty Street or East Liberty.
Any complaints around the school area?
The school itself, no. But most of the complaints do come from school letting out, people driving recklessly down East Liberty Street.
Okay.
So that's one area that we looked at possibly putting it, and then the second, we discussed a couple different areas as well.
Well, I think Broadway's crazy. 6 o'clock this morning, if I would have ran the stop sign, I would've got hammered by the sign that was flying down that road.
Yeah, and I've actually been doing extra projects in the downtown area. If anybody's ever seen me with my lights on down there, I've been sitting down there with my lights going periodically, just trying to slow people down at the stoplight and everything else. And I've heard mixed reviews on whether that's improving the area or not.
I think a lot of issues with Broadway too, is people beating trains.
Well, this was heading out of town north.
Detour.
Yeah.
Right now, the detour's making that even worse.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I'll be real honest, when I see that sign and I'm coming up on it too quick, I'm like, yikes, whoops.
Well,
It works.
the nice thing.
The signs work.
Yeah, the nice thing with the trailers is you got the blue and red lights, that usually catches somebody worse. These are not that intricate,
Yeah,
but I think that it wouldn't hurt.
yeah.
I think Hamilton has some.
Hamilton has some, Auburn's got several, this is basically the same company, I mean,
Yeah, because that one in Hamilton catches my attention.
coming down Belmont or wherever.
Yeah, coming into town.
Yep. And it's just yellow, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it's enough to let you know, hey, slow down.
Sticks out.
Right.
I'm supportive of it.
Yeah, I'm very confident with it. Well, yours just have a lot. Do you have like an estimated amount you might need for approval for the street department?
I'm gonna have to look more on that, but I don't want to be misquoted, but I think it was like $100 and some for the signs I was looking at, the posts. But you're talking about apples and oranges here. I don't know necessarily what I'm looking at. That'd be more for the street guys to be able to discern or, figure out exactly what we probably need. That'd be better, I'm sure they have a lot more resources than just the internet.
We usually buy off the shelf, already pre-galvanized and ready to go.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, basically.
Could you put it on an existing Pole too.
That's what I looked at, and I didn't, in those areas, I did not see anything that I think would fit the criteria.
Yeah.
Without going through AEP or, and that's what we definitely don't want to go to.
So don't we have a department head meeting scheduled for a week from Monday? Do you wanna approval for that tonight, or can you wait till we have that meeting and get a chance to talk to Chris a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask for approval, we can wait, because hopefully this isn't going anywhere.
What's the lead time on them?
I think he said 6 to 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, I'd say. Now, get them on order, and then,
Figure out where to put them?
yeah, it gives us plenty of time.
Yeah, the majority of the cost is gonna be just
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree with that.
Well, that's something to probably make that conversation with him yet this weekend.
Yeah.
Get that over.
Okay. Well, I, move that we approve the, quote as presented from Radar Sign for the 2 speed limit, digital signs, not to exceed the total amount quoted at $6,664.
Second. Say $6,600.
Did you need to add any?
Yeah, that's what I have. On my quote, is that correct? $6,664 even?
Yes, I believe so.
That's what I have on
That's all I
my.
was looking for.
I just didn't know if you wanted to make it more for the posts that need to be
Oh, okay.
bought, like, I just asked.
Well, okay, but I'll. This, from my original with an extra $500 funding for, post materials, in order for installation.
Second, the amended motion.
And that was for the poles and stuff like that.
Poles, posts, materials to install.
All right, a motion and a second to approve the speed indicator signs not to exceed $6,664 with the amended 500 additional material through the street department. Matt's got something else before I put that.
Game tonight, had a little work stuff going on right before I walked in the door. And I don't know how to go about it, but anyway, there was an optional I was gonna bring up to you. So the base sign basically be slow down, it'll show your speed and slow down, but there's